sesión de metal.
¿Qué onda? Bienvenido, bienvenida. Este es el episodio número 24. Gracias por estar aquí. Espero que te quedes hasta el final de esta pequeña entrevista. Como siempre, ya sabes, me gusta agradecer a todas esas personas que ven los videos. Muchas gracias por visitar el canal. También agradezco a aquellas personas que han estado visitando las redes. Y bueno, si esta es tu primera vez por acá, por favor suscríbete, súmate al canal, no te restes. Y también por favor sígueme en redes, ya sabes, me encuentras como @sesión de metal. Si me buscas en Google le puedes poner así sesión de metal, las dos con C, y estoy en Facebook, en Instagram, en Twitter o en X y en TikTok. Y bueno, obviamente, como me estás viendo, en YouTube. Las mejores bandas de metal las encuentras en tu sesión de metal. Nuevamente, muchísimas gracias, Ben, por todo tu apoyo. También esta entrevista es gracias al apoyo de él. Y pues nada, estoy con una banda de reciente formación. Sin embargo, son músicos muy experimentados que están en otras bandas. Ellos se encuentran en Houston, Texas, y ellos hacen Southern Rock. Pues están por lanzar su álbum debut. Así que estoy con John y Trey. Le doy la más cordial bienvenida a Devil's Manhunt. Welcome. It's fantastic to have you here.
Good to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Let's dive right in. ¿Cuál es la inspiración detrás del nombre Devil's Manhunt?
Well, I would love to say we had some kind of great story behind it, but we don't. I mean, the saying "dead man's hand" pertains to the American Western hero, outlaw hero, I guess, Wild Bill Hickok. And when he was killed, he was playing poker, and the cards that he was holding it was called the dead man's hand. That's the legend behind it anyway, and we just thought it sounded cool. So that's pretty much all there is to it.
¿Qué aspectos de su música creen que los distinguen de otras bandas de rock?
Pretty much, our whole approach to this band has been about doing something different. From me and Trey have both come from hard rock, heavy metal bands, and we wanted to do something different. Our goal has been to do something more of a kind of earth rock. I like to call it outlaw rock, something a little bit more southern rock with maybe like a Texas kind of flair to it. All of our music, me and Trey write the lyrics and the music as well. What sets us apart? That's a good question. These days, it's really hard to be something different and something that's never been done before. But I would say probably what sets us apart is just that our focus on just trying to be who we are and to write good music in this style of this genre of music.
Yeah, I think we're not following any trends at all whatsoever. So we're John and I are primary songwriters in the band, and we write everything kind of really for ourselves first, and then you put it together and you hope that you can find an audience that likes it. But we're not chasing anything in particular. We started off this thing with a specific type of sound in mind, and then the guys that we play with added their own stamp to it, and everything changed a little bit, and it became its own thing kind of organically. It's come out to some kind of a hybrid thing that I think is pretty unique. My original intent with this was to be more of a almost country rock kind of thing, and it's definitely not that at all anymore. It's far more of a rock and roll project, with southern rock, kind of roots rock tones over it. But I think the sound that we've developed over the years was completely organically grown, and I just don't. What makes us unique is I just don't think there's a whole lot of bands out there that sound anything at all like we do.
Yeah, and to reiterate on that, he made a really good point, and that is that, when we decided that we were going to do something different, we just started writing the types of songs that we knew were going to be different, and it's like I didn't really give it much thought. I already knew there was that style of music that I always wanted to write, and he did as well because he had a handful of songs written, and we just we write for ourselves, and it seems to follow this genre that we're creating, or it was supposed to be kind of country rock. There are a few, you can hear some of that in some of our songs. Like we're about to release a new song, Bobblehead Jesus, and I think you could hear a little bit of country rock in it. But again, it's all rock and roll. It's all rock based, and And to us, it's something different than what we've ever done before, and we're really liking the vibe.
De hecho, eso me lleva a preguntar qué pueden esperar los oyentes de su álbum debut Dust Bowl en términos de sonido y temática.
Well, I think the songs are all coming from the same place. Lyrically, anyway, we're trying to write honest, just honest stuff. It's not a whole lot of fluff and unimportant stuff on there. I mean, we write about things that we've experienced or we've seen somebody else experience. We write a lot of story songs, but everything's pretty hooky. It's all got a kind of a gritty backbone to it, I think. And it kind of runs the gamut as far as the style, as far as whether it's a heavier song or a more, mild, gentler type tune. It depends on the song, but the subject matter is all kind of coming from the same place, and I think the overall theme of what this record sounds like, I think it all ties together really well.
And again, we're not trying to follow a specific formula or anything. I think musically, anyway, the way we started out and how we ended up has kind of changed a bit. But musically on this record, again, it's going to be like a melodic-based rock, but it's going to have tones, especially like some of the lyrical content. We may be talking, about like Judge Roy Bean, or we may be talking about the city of Galveston, or we may be talking like the title of the record, Dust Bowl. We have a song called Dust Bowl, but we changed it to Outlaw Blues. And it's basically, Trey's lyrical content is just basically about the Dust Bowl era. And so there's a lot of themes involved in lyrically in our music. And so you're going to hear a lot of different things. But overall, it's like a melodic based type rock with some Southern, kind of outlaw rock.
Yeah, there's a like instrumentation wise, there's a ton of slide guitar all over everything we do that John does such a fantastic job at. A lot of kind of old school approach to instrumentation, I think, which is something you don't hear a ton of these days in rock music anyway, I don't think. But just the types of instruments that are on it, you're going to hear some dobro on there. You're going to hear some mandolin on there, here and there, just kind of in the background. We're an electric guitar rock type band, but there's a whole lot of other stuff on there. There's a lot of acoustic guitar. There's a lot of other instruments that kind of fill out the sound too. So, which is something you don't see a whole lot of bands do.
Yeah, and if I can just kind of put it kind of like in a genre, I'd like to think it's pretty close. If you like bands like Blackberry Smoke, or you like Whiskey Myers, which is the same kind of Southern rocky, and Whiskey is more of a Texas kind of outlaw rock, with Southern rock flair, we're kind of in that vein.
I think we're in that wheelhouse, with our own spin on it. But we're definitely in that wheelhouse, and it really wasn't intentional, just kind of how it ended up. Yep. But it's like I said, it was very organic how we arrived on what we do, and I dig it. I think it's really cool. So.
De hecho, estamos viendo de fondo el video Devil's Due. De hecho, a mí me dio mucha sed ver este video. Es muy blusero y pues están ahí echándose unas copitas. ¿Cuál es el significado detrás del primer sencillo Devil's Due?
Devil's Due is a song about temptation and which we all deal with, and about wrestling with your conscience and consequences for your actions when you make the wrong choice, basically. It's painted in a way that I try to make it relatable to everybody. But it's basically about talking to that. You got a devil sitting on one shoulder and an angel on the other one, and they're both talking in your ear and giving you advice on what you should do in any particular situation. And it's just kind of exploring that whole dynamic.
Y bueno, después de todo esto, ¿cuáles son sus planes futuros después del lanzamiento de su álbum?
Well, the album is going to be released in whole. There's 10 songs on it, and our plan so far, we've released one video, We're in the process of releasing the other one, and we've discussed dropping the video probably roughly around April the 11th. We're going to drop probably at least 2 more, and all of this is going to transpire before the summer, and then summer we're dropping the 10-song CD. So far, that's our plan with that. As far as
and then once the record's out, we're going to play as much as we can, live.
Oh, yeah.
We get out and play as much as we can to support the record, and then on the tail end of that, we've got at least another 10, 12 songs in the bag ready to go, written. So I think we're just gonna probably, I would say, next winter, maybe early next year, and sometime early 2025, I anticipate us being back in the studio to start working on record number 2.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fue un placer platicar con ustedes. Me dio mucho gusto volver a platicar contigo, John, y fue un placer conocerte, Trey. No sé si tienen algo que les gustaría comentar a aquellos que recién están descubriendo su música.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep following us. There's a lot of music coming your way from this band. You've been exposed to one song, and you're going to hear a lot more. We're really feel strongly about the record and all 10 songs on it, and in the next follow-up one too, which is pretty much written. So follow us on social media. Facebook, find us. There'll be information there. Instagram, we have a website, dmhtx.com. You can find all of everything that's happening with us, release dates, any kind of shows we have coming up. Just keep track of us, and we want you on board, and I think you're really going to like this band as we progress.
All right, I echo everything John said. I would encourage folks to go to our website first, dmhtx.com. It has links to all of our socials. The socials can be sometimes somewhat confusing to find sometimes, but if you go to our website first, there's links to everything, all our socials, and we're very active. We respond. One of us will get back to you very quickly. If you send us a message or something, we're very engaged and involved. So if you got any questions or comments or anything, just reach out, and we hope to see all you guys out on the road soon.
John and Trey, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ceci. Thank you
It's
so
been a
much.
pleasure.
Yeah, God bless. Y'all take care.
Qué chido que te quedaste hasta el final de esta entrevista. Espero te haya gustado. Por favor, déjame tus opiniones, tus comentarios. Me gustaría saber qué opinas. Por favor, dale una oportunidad a esta banda si te gusta el blues, si te gusta este tipo de rock. Esperemos la llegada del álbum debut de esta super bandota. Y te agradecería mucho que por favor me hagas saber si te gustó, dándole like al videíto. Y pues nuevamente te invito a que si no te has suscrito al canal, por favor súmate. Eso me ayuda muchísimo, me apoya bastante. También digo lo mismo con las redes, en verdad ayuda muchísimo para que el algoritmo no me sepulte y se pueda ver todas aquellas publicaciones que hago sobre bandas emergentes, y no solamente de metal mexicano, sino también de muchas partes del mundo. Así que a ti no te cuesta nada apoyarme de esa forma, y yo te lo voy a agradecer muchísimo. En fin, muchas gracias por todo y espero verte en la próxima capsulita. Ya sabes que los jueves son bandas en vivo, por si también nos quieres visitar y quieres estar en el chat platicando, eres más que bienvenido. Nos vemos en la próxima emisión. Chao.